Senator O'Keeffe, you have 5 minutes, Senator.
Now follow that. Minister, you're very welcome to the House, as is your commitment and your perseverance with this bill. And indeed, I think it is perhaps, if I might say, a marriage of the best of Fine Gael and the best of Labour, that we can come together in this way and have this referendum in the lifetime of this government and to bring the bill in such a speedy fashion. It does show that while we can disagree, we can, on the issues that are most important, agree with one another and work together. Marriage may be contracted in accordance with the law by two persons without distinction as to their sex. These are the 18 words that changed our world, our nation and ourselves. On May the 22nd, we voted to change Ireland forever. And in a country where the tricolour is cherished as a constant signal of the desire for peace and reconciliation, we have now chosen to add the rainbow flag and to fly it with pride for tolerance and equality for all of us. You'll forgive me, of course, that I don't quite have a flag to fly today, but I did my best. Little could Gilbert... Thank you very much. I'll lend it to you, Senator Norris.
Interruption, please, Senator Norris.
Oh, please, don't spoil it. Little could Gilbert Baker, the man who designed the first rainbow flag for the San Francisco Freedom Day parade in June 1978, have known that his flag and its values would finally be embraced with such enthusiasm around the world and finally in Ireland with such great joy this year. Gilbert Baker assigned the values of life, healing, sunlight, nature, art and harmony to the colours of the flag. And we have now embraced these values ourselves in a new tolerance with a new understanding of ourselves. And I'm proud that we voted yes in the constitutional referendum. To be able as a nation to recognise that our constitution needed change, even if it did take as many years as Senator Norris said, I think 40, and then to seek that change from a majority of voters, that was a good day for democracy too. It was real people power. We were, of course, all heartened by the number of people who came home to vote from all around the globe, from Thailand, from Sweden, from Kenya, from the UK. My own daughter came home from the Netherlands. Thousands of people. The hashtag Home to Vote could certainly give the Yeats line, I will arise and go now, a run for its money. 72,000 tweets in the 24-hour period that crossed those 2 days was evidence of what people really were feeling. It was a sense of responsibility, a sense of enthusiasm, and the feeling that people understood that every single vote would count, that their effort would count, it would make a difference. In short, people felt empowered and did everything in their power to make the change. And then when Amnesty's Colm O'Gorman said that the most important hashtag became "We made history," he wasn't wrong. Ireland was the first country in the world to make this decision in a democratic referendum of the people, by the people, for the people. The Netherlands may have been the first country in the world to enact legislation to allow marriage equality, and that happened in 2001. And its government deserves recognition for taking that first very important step, and of course followed in the intervening years by many other countries, including now Wales, England, Spain, South Africa, and some of the states in the US. Others, of course, will follow. Marriage equality is here to stay. I want, like others, my colleagues, to take this opportunity to thank all of you, many of you here in the gallery today, and all of you who came together in such a great spirit of collaboration to show that people can work together for what is right. Glen, the Irish Council for Civil Liberties, Lawyers for Equality, trade unions, the political parties, USI, Women for Equality, the Labour Party, Fine Gael, politicians in general, and of course the 1.2 million voters who said yes. My colleagues here in the Seanad, of course, Senator Bacic, Senator Zappone, and of course Senator Norris. So many people have worked so hard for so long, and I'm proud to be part of that, and I'm proud that we have made this change in this time. I want particularly to thank those people who listened on the doors when I canvassed, who said, please tell me, why do you think this should happen? People who may, perhaps a year or 3 years ago, have closed the door, actually stood and said, what's happening? Tell me, I'd like to understand. And they were, I think, people who gave an ear and who will have contributed to that great vote. And the stories that people told themselves about going to the polling station and bringing their children to witness the vote, those little children who couldn't vote themselves, indicated to me how deeply felt this constitutional change was and how significant people believed it to be, not, of course, just for the gay community, the LGBT community, but for all of us now and in the future. I hope perhaps that this day, the 22nd of May, might come to be called Rainbow Day. It could become an annual celebration that reminds us all that we are better, Lekela, together, better when we care about each other and encourage each other. Of course, today we are here to encourage the marriage equality bill all the way through to Thursday, when it hopefully will be passed and it will legislate the will of the people. And as the Minister said, it will hopefully bring about the first same-sex marriages before the end of this year. And so, it's fair to say we are not all the same, but we are all equal. And this legislation is a step on the path of equality so that my daughter, our children, sisters, brothers, all have the same rights to marry the person they love in a country that said yes to equality. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator O'Keeffe.